So you want to leave a toxic relationship, but the problem is that you're still in love with this person, which makes it really difficult and really hard to leave something when you're still invested. This video is for you. And welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So in today's video, we're talking about how to leave a toxic relationship when you are still in love with this person. We're going to be talking about what a toxic relationship actually is. What does it look like? Because sometimes it's not really easy to understand or know and identify, because these things creep up. These things are not always easy to notice. And I'm going to also look at the various things that kind of make up the compound of a toxic relationship. And basically, I'm going to give you strategies and tips of how to get past this. Okay, so it's not always easy to know whether you are in a toxic relationship or not. You're in a relationship with this person, you're in love with them, you're emotionally invested, and the worst thing, or one of the worst things that could possibly happen, is you're thinking, yeah, maybe this is toxic. I'm seeing a lot of red flags, but how do I know? How can I be certain? So here are a few things for you to identify whether you are in a toxic relationship. The first thing I would say is dishonesty. Okay, if this person, all right, if this person lies to you, or they tell you something and then you find out that perhaps maybe it isn't true, okay, this isn't good. All right, someone lying to you or not telling you the truth, all right, this isn't good, because then there's a lack of respect for you. Okay, how can you trust someone, okay, when they are lying to you, they're telling you something that isn't true? It also creates this distance from this person. Like, you feel, you know, like when someone is dishonest and someone just does it, it just keeps on doing it. And that's the key here. It's someone that keeps on doing it. It's not just once or twice, it's just continuously. This creates distance in a relationship. This creates you not to trust this person. And then you've got to ask yourself, why is this person lying to you? Like, why is it that they're finding it so difficult to be able to communicate with you and talk to you and to be able to tell you the truth? The other thing that makes this a toxic relationship is controlling behavior. When somebody wants a specific outcome, or when someone is telling you what to do or what not to do. Checking up on you, for example, wanting to know where you are. You're not allowed to wear this, you're not allowed to go there, you're not allowed to see, you know, your friends or your family. This is controlling. All right, there is no way, okay, that a relationship should be like this. Healthy relationships, this doesn't happen. Someone's constantly on your case, telling you what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, what time you need to be home, what you need to be doing. Like, listen, you're an adult. There's no one that should be telling you what to do. The other thing is, do you know, communication, all right, it becomes really hostile. Okay, and there's always an argument, there's always something, depending on that person's mood, there's always some kind of an issue. And it's just so horrible, because if you're the one that's on the receiving end, well, of course you're going to be the one on the receiving end. This makes it really hard to be able to connect with that person emotionally, psychologically, and also spiritually. Like, if someone can't talk to you with respect and have the time to be able to talk to you, then yeah, this is just not fair. And the way that they are, like, there's also emotional abuse, the verbal abuse as well. So if someone's saying things like, "Are you stupid? This is the way that you need to do things. Your family doesn't care about you. I'm the only one that cares about you. You are so useless. How could you have not got that right?" And then there's like different types of name calling. "It was your fault that I cheated on you. You made me do it." Like, as you can see, you know, like, obviously these are taken out of context, and there isn't, you know, that emotional loading behind them. When you look at it, when you look at the real kind of context of these statements, right, this person is literally having no respect for you. They want things done their own way, because, yeah, let's face it, they're the only ones that know how things should be done. That's wrong. Like, everyone has their own free will. And basically, they're saying to you that you're not allowed to do it the way that you want to, you've got to do it their way. That's really controlling. And so what happens is you're feeling drained and you're feeling stressed all the time. Like, how is that a great relationship? How is that healthy for you? How does that make you feel? It doesn't make you feel good, because being stressed and drained energetically, emotionally, you know, you're feeling tired. You just can't be yourself. You can't be your natural self. Someone in a healthy relationship is not going to do that to you. They're not going to drain you. They're not going to make you feel a certain way. And this is indeed what happens. You have to understand that when a relationship affects your mental health, that is a huge red flag. Like, relationships are not meant to do that. It's about how you feel in this interaction. So whatever the reason is, or maybe a combination of these reasons, or maybe all of them, there's a time that you're starting to think that this relationship is not making me feel good. So here are some strategies of how to leave a toxic relationship when you're still in love with this person. Step 1, avoid denial. All right, it's like you have to see the wood from the trees. You have to see what's going on here. You know, like, if this person is not making you feel good, all right, and you realize this, don't suppress that. Like, call it out for what it is. See it for what it is. There's a level of acceptance that has to happen here. Okay, life is too short to stay in these type of dynamics. Okay, being alone isn't a sin, isn't a bad thing. But the thing is, if you're going to be in a dynamic like this and suppress yourself, how is that good for you? There is no way that this can last long term. Whether you leave now or you don't, you will be leaving later. Okay, so why don't you cut yourself all of that upset and challenging emotion and just take the plunge, okay? Don't avoid it, all right? Don't deny it. It is what it is. You've noticed this, and you're not going mad. You've seen it for what it is. The other key thing here, okay, that I think is so important is stop waiting for them to change. They're not going to change. People don't change. And if they're a toxic person, they're not going to change. And the reason for that is because they externalize things. They blame everybody else. They see that everyone else is the problem. So basically they don't have any kind of self-awareness, and they don't have any motivation to change. Why would they need to change? Like, they don't see that there is an issue. So this is why they blame everyone else. So when people want to change, they're going to be motivated to want to change their behavior. They're going to have self-awareness. They're going to be doing or taking steps in order to create that space for them to be able to become a better person. Now, if somebody isn't doing that, what are you doing? You're waiting around for something that isn't going to happen. So again, what you're doing is you're prolonging this. The other thing that you need to realize is that they're only in control of your actions. Okay, so they're trying to control your behavior. They can't control your mind. You see this for what it is. See it that you have a choice. You have a choice whether you want to stay in this interaction or you don't. Okay, is it making you feel good? Look, I know that breaking up with someone is difficult, but at the end of the day, you've got to remember, this is your life, okay? You have one shot, all right? And if you are not enjoying this relationship, you're not enjoying the company of this person, the energy is all off, it's all a bit weird, why are you staying? And if you've made that decision, you know what? You've got a choice whether you stay with this person or not. You have to establish really clear and strong boundaries, what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not. You need to be able to communicate that to that person. And I know my friends, they're not going to like it. So yeah, this is something that is going to kind of create this space that you need in order for you to be able to kind of move on. And with toxic relationships, they lack boundaries. All right, so this person literally just walks all over you. They do whatever they want to do because they believe they're in control of you. So what you have to do is you have to take your power back, and you have to put some sort of boundaries in place. I would also say take some time out, spend time with your friends, with your family. You need to be around people who are more positive, who are non-toxic, who love you for who you are. You need to kind of soak in some of that energy. That will really help you to be able to leave and move forward. One thing that you need to remember is that violence, okay, whichever form it is, whether it's physical, emotional, psychological, is not love. All right, violence is not love. And unfortunately, for toxic relationships, some people have to face violence, and they do. And the thing is, this is what keeps you trauma bonded to that person. It isn't love. You're not, how can you hit someone that you love, or how can you be so abusive to someone that you love? It doesn't happen like that. So you need to leave as soon as possible. You need to kind of get some help. I know that in your local area there will be some sort of authorities or someone that will be able to help you. Obviously I can't like give you the specifics because you're going to be from different countries watching this. Not all of you are from the UK. If you're in the UK, there's lots of help that you can get if this is something that you are facing right now. But look, ultimately this is about you. This is about your emotional well-being. If this person isn't making you happy, honestly, you need to start thinking about making a plan or working towards a plan to be able to leave. I really hope that these tips have helped you, and if they have, please follow and write a comment in the comments if this is something you have been through, or maybe offers some sort of help and advice to others who will be watching this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.